Hey everyone, welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm your host Adrian, and today we are calling out yet another royal media panel twisting facts and feeding the public their usual one-sided nonsense. This time, it's royal exclusive with Bronte Coy, joined by Charles Ray and Sarah Hewson, chiming in on the latest so-called scandal, the idea that Prince Harry once considered dropping Mountbatten Windsor to go by his mother's maiden name, Spencer. Now they ask, could a name change signal a final break from the family? But let's be real, that's not what they're worried about. They're terrified that Harry is no longer playing by the palace's rules, so buckle up because we're about to break it all down. Names carry the weight of history, echoing through generations and shaping the stories we tell about ourselves. They connect us to our roots, anchoring us in a lineage that stretches far beyond our own lifetimes, and shaping our identity in ways both subtle and profound. Recently, a quiet yet powerful idea has emerged, one that Prince Harry might one day embrace the name Spencer, his mother Diana's family name, as a way of honouring her memory. For some, this feels like a break from royal tradition, a final step away from the House of Windsor and the expectations that come with it. But perhaps it's not about separation, but about forging a deeper connection to the people and values that matter most. For Harry, Diana's name is a lifeline to a past filled with love, warmth, and a sense of belonging, a legacy of compassion and authenticity that continues to inspire him. The Spencer name symbolizes independence, resilience, and a willingness to chart one's own course. It represents a more grounded heritage, rooted in family bonds and personal conviction. Embracing it wouldn't erase his royal roots or the legacy of the Windsors, but would add a new layer of meaning and depth to his evolving identity. Harry's life now echoes his mother's, seeking purpose, compassion, and impact beyond palace walls and royal protocol. The Spencer name could honor Diana's spirit, her courage, and her unwavering kindness. It would celebrate the values she passed on, and the love she gave so freely to her sons and to the world. Let's look beyond tradition and see the human heart at the center of this story, a story of legacy, love, and personal truth. For Harry, Spencer is not just a name, it's a tribute to his mother's enduring influence, a comfort in times of uncertainty, and a guide as he forges his own path forward. It's a son's enduring bond with his mother, echoing through time, reminding us all of the power of love and legacy. The media frames Harry's possible embrace of the Spencer name as scandalous, splashing headlines and speculating about motives as if it's just another royal controversy to dissect. But at its core, it's a son's heartfelt tribute to his mother, a gesture born from love, not rebellion. Diana was more than a royal. She was a symbol of kindness, compassion, and hope for so many people around the world. And to Harry, she was a source of unconditional love and safety, a guiding light during his formative years. Her sudden loss left a void that shaped his life, influencing his choices and the man he would become. For Harry, honoring her name is a way to keep her memory alive, to continue her legacy of compassion, and to find healing in remembrance. The media's narrative of conflict oversimplifies what is, in truth, a deeply personal and emotional choice. Harry is both a Windsor and a Spencer, a prince by birth and a grieving son by circumstance, forever shaped by both families. His desire to honor Diana is not an attack on the monarchy, but a testament to a mother's enduring love and the impact she had on his life. Instead of scandal, we could see devotion. A man healing by embracing the part of his past that brought him comfort, strength, and a sense of belonging. The Spencer name is a personal tribute, rooted in memory, affection, and the desire to honor a legacy that means everything to him. This isn't about rebellion, but about love, remembrance, and the need to keep a cherished connection alive. It's a story of a son's unending love, his journey through grief, and his quest to keep his mother's spirit alive in a world that often misunderstands. Sometimes honoring the past is the bravest way to move forward, and in doing so, Harry finds hope for the future. Much of the narrative surrounding the royal family often centers on Prince William's pain, painting him as the sole victim in this ongoing and very public family rift, as if his suffering stands alone. But Harry's pain is just as real. He lost his mother at a young age, grew up under relentless scrutiny from the press, and has spoken openly about his struggles with mental health and the pressures of royal life. The focus on William's hurt often erases or overshadows Harry's own journey through grief, loneliness, and isolation. When Harry and Meghan sought help from the institution, they felt ignored, unsupported, and at times even silenced. Harry's decision to step away from royal duties was about self-preservation, protecting his family and finding peace, not an act of betrayal. Both brothers have suffered deeply, shaped by the same devastating loss of their mother and the pressures that followed. This isn't a competition of pain, but a tragedy of two brothers forced onto different paths as they each try to heal in their own way. To only acknowledge one side of this story is to do a disservice to the other, and to the complexity of their shared experience. True understanding means seeing the humanity, vulnerability, and strength in both brothers, recognizing their individual struggles and growth. William's sense of duty and responsibility is immense, but Harry's trauma, his desire for change, and his courage to speak out are equally valid and important. Their story is one of shared loss, diverging journeys, and the ongoing search for understanding, healing, and peace. Let's hold space for both their experiences, allowing room for empathy and compassion for each. Empathy for both is the only way to truly understand this family's story, and perhaps to hope for reconciliation in the future. The language we use shapes the story. Harry's choices are often labelled as rebellion, defiant, destructive, a threat to tradition. But what if we called it independence? His actions aren't about running from duty, but running toward authenticity and a safer life for his family. The monarchy relies on stability, so any deviation is seen as a threat. But reframing Harry's journey as evolution, not destruction, changes everything. He's a modern man using his voice to speak about mental health and injustice. This isn't rebellion, it's courage. By changing our words, we see not a threat but a blueprint for a new, independent future. Questioning the system isn't wrong, it's necessary for growth. Independence can be just as noble as tradition. William and Harry have always been held to different standards. William as heir is protected and praised. His missteps are quickly forgiven. Harry the spare faces harsher scrutiny, his choices dissected, his motives questioned. The media that once hounded Diana now targets Meghan with relentless hostility. This double standard isn't accidental, it's built into the system. William's family is presented as the ideal, while Harry and Meghan's desire for privacy is mocked. Their efforts to control their narrative are labelled as secretive. The rules are different for them, fueling division and resentment. For Harry, watching Meghan endure what Diana did was unbearable. Leaving wasn't just personal, it was a stand against an unfair system. Understanding this double standard is key to understanding Harry's choices. Sometimes walking away is the only way to break the cycle. We all hope for reconciliation, but the path is complicated. The unspoken condition for Harry's return is often his silence, accepting the status quo. For someone who's fought for his mental health, that's too high a price. True reconciliation requires mutual understanding, not suppression of one side's truth. If returning means reliving old pain, distance may be healthier. Harry's new life offers control and safety for his family. Giving that up would betray the reasons he left. Peace may not mean returning to the old ways, but finding healing on his own terms. Sometimes the most loving act is creating distance from pain. The shore of reconciliation may remain distant, not from lack of love, but because the cost is too great. Healing sometimes means forging a new path. At its heart, this is a story about two brothers navigating immense loss. The media urges us to pick sides, but this isn't a contest. It's a family's private sorrow on a global stage. Compassion means empathy for both, William burdened by duty, Harry seeking freedom and healing. Both paths require sacrifice and courage. Let's look past headlines and see the humanity in their choices. Harry's journey, including embracing the Spencer name, is about healing and building a life where his children know both sides of their heritage. William seeks peace in tradition, Harry in forging a new way. Neither is right or wrong, they're simply different. Our role isn't to judge, but to understand. Let's honor their pain and efforts to find peace. Empathy is the only way forward. Whether their paths converge or remain apart, let's wish them healing. In the end, it's about love, loss, and the search for peace. Thanks for watching Meghan and Harry Tales. I'm Adrian, and if you're done with the spin, the slander, and the gaslighting, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and share this with someone who still believes the media's narrative. We stand with Harry. We ride for Meghan, always.